The wind is blowing through her hair. We like to head out on the road, and you know we don't really care, cause we're just doing what we want. She likes it when I treat her good. She likes it when I treat her bad. She likes to travel all around. I take her everywhere and back. Yeah, oh, you fucking with the man, girl. You throw it right back, no, I like that. I'ma bite back, you know I've become a fan, girl. The way you throw back like a Kodak, girl, you own that. Cruise around without a plan, girl. We'll never go back, girl, you know that. You were so bad, let's just spend a couple grand, girl. You know you're fucking with the man, girl. Yeah. Oh, you could've been a good girl, but instead you chose a real world. Yeah, you've always been a savage. Oh, you've always been a bad chick. I don't care if you got issues. Daddy left, but I'm with you. So come with me and never look back. We're living life like a badass.
Ladies and gentlemen, R&D, back with you again. Let me unmute this guy. Alright. Right now it's just going to be the original. We're going to start off with it. In the top right, we got my man, Big Dwayne Henry. The British Fireball. I always love saying that. I always got to input it just because it makes it more important to me. You put Fireball in it. Okay? Look, listen to me. One day I'm going to put Fireball in you and you're going to love it. Moving on. Top left, you got me. I'm the R. He's the D. All right. Today we're going to go over some new events. But before we go, or not new events, new things coming out. Go over. How have you been lately, my man? How are you doing?
Bit good, but a bad, but of everything.
Hey, good and bad, but think about it. This is going to be me, the overly optimistic person. If some good is happening, it's better than just bad happening, right? Hey,
of course.
Hey, look, I gotta try, okay? I gotta try with everything I got, but that's all right. I feel you. Good and bad's always gotta come with it. I think if you only had good and if you only had bad, if you, either of those situations, both would end up in like a tragic, demise, because I think both of them balance each other out. You have to know what you're not good with and know what you're good with. Right on. Any new things? Any new things coming out with you, or have you been doing anything new?
Just working behind the scenes to get some things in my life done.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's about it. How about you, though? How about you?
Well, before I get into that, speaking of behind the scenes, we were talking about this. I don't know if you remember last week or the week before. We might actually put a little behind the scenes things of like how it happened, of how this show happens, that a lot of you guys don't see. For instance, me and Dwayne were talking for a bit before this, and we went over a lot of good shit. We had a lot of funny moments as well. And also, I wanted to tell you that if you got a friend that wishes you good luck when you say I gotta go to the bathroom, that's a great fucking friend, man. That was Dwayne. But Ebony says, when did this start? When this started 3 minutes ago, it says on my thing. Yeah. But hi, Ebony, how are you? Me, I've been doing the same shit. Just working on outside of the house, working inside of the house on the computer most of the time. Pretty much just trying to start a whole bunch of projects and tap a little bit away at it, and then when I have time. And other than that, drive my life away. Jesus, what's up, my man? Jesus, we got to get you on the podcast again, brother. For all of you that don't know, Jesus makes these dope ass knives, and he's actually about to, from a little bit of insider knowledge, I hear he's about to start selling some and shit. So we'll put a link out when he's got all his pretty little, what is it, Damascus that he calls it? I don't know enough about knives, but he makes videos that shows of him making a knife, and it's the videos that you get stuck in like a rabbit hole, and you like somehow got to this, and you're like, holy shit, that's dope. You know what I mean? But he does that stuff.
True.
Yeah, me just chilling, just working. I'm hoping to. I know I was telling you like for the last while that I'm trying to take a little like weekend vacation somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm thinking probably Vegas, just because I mean it's the nearest thing, kind of in the middle of the desert. It's 5 hour, 4 or 5 hours to Vegas. 3 if you take the bike, but who's counting? Um, to get anywhere really to like the coast of Cali takes 6 plus for sure, and I drive. You know what I mean? I don't want to drive when it's supposed to be my time off, kind of thing. You know what I mean? The more time I'm driving on my time off, I'm not enjoying my time off. So the less driving I could do, like I'll drive. Don't get me wrong, I'll drive 5 hours to go to Vegas, but if that's the case, I want to chill there for like 2 days, not driving anywhere, and then go back. Hey Zeus, no vacations for me till next year. Hey man, dude, you work fucking hard and a lot, so keep it up. And you say no vacations for me till next year, but that bet you next year that vacation will be pretty fucking bomb.
True.
Okay, so moving into what he says next year. The other day, I was telling you about this. The other day, I came across an ad on Facebook for Saints Row.
Mm.
I don't know about you, but I love Saints Row. I love Saints Row more than GTA, 100%. I
Oh, for
understand.
sure, yeah.
I completely understand that GTA has better, basically in all departments, better everything. But Saints Row's got a different kind of, you got a hold on my heart because it's like I want to say it's the broken off X-rated badass version of GTA. You know what I mean? Like like I get it, GTA cusses and all that stuff, but I feel like when Saints Row first did it, it was like, all right, let me push you aside, little boy. Let me show you how it's done, and they did it well, continuously. Like this, I think the one's coming out, Saints Row 5.
No, it's a reboot. It's a complete reboot of that.
Oh, so it's not, so they're not going to call it like 5 or anything.
No, it's called the Saints Row. That's what it's called.
But if I'm understanding, it is the fifth like Saints Row that they came out with, right?
It's the fifth one, yeah.
Somebody says R&D, not R&D. Look, we have a little debacle, okay, all the time. Look, Anne-Marie, this is the real deal, okay? We got into a fight with her, like a fist fight, and she didn't make it. This is where she fucking comes into the middle, just slides out. Excuse me, I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's Anne-Marie's working hard right now. She might be here later, but she got things to do. She Iron Chef Canada, so she's cutting up all them things, meats, cow beef, all that stuff. But yeah, what other games do you know that are coming out right now that are like new? Because I know you were watching that. Is it the Sony thing, the PlayStation briefing or whatever?
Yeah, I know Spider-Man comes out in 2023.
Spyro. Dude,
Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider. Damn.
Spider-Man, foot.
But do you remember Spyro? Not to take you off course, but do you remember Spyro?
Of course I do.
I was thinking, I'm like, look, was I the one that was like playing kid games when I shouldn't be playing kid games? Because like, if I'm not mistaken, it was on the 64, right?
PlayStation.
It was a PlayStation. Okay, so I was all PlayStation guy, but I also remember I bought the 64. I got the 64 when it came out. Spyro was my shit, dude, and this makes sense because I didn't even like playing the game. I like going, like jumping onto things or whatever, and then just fucking gliding off. Just gliding off and coasting and whatnot. Now it gives you some insight why I like my Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, which is not even a game. It's literally just me flying a fucking plane. But Royce, what are you doing? I'm enjoying the view, damn it. I got the power up. Look, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm a pilot. Get out of here. Ebony says you're so full of shit. About what? Probably though. Let me see. There's a bunch of movies coming out. Oh, you said Wolverine was the game coming out, right?
Yeah, but I don't know when though.
I hope that game comes out because like any X-Men game that was like from the back in the day, that was the for sure like that kind of action pack, like go through your levels, kill all the guys, like that was like original kind of shit. I'll touch base on one more game, Life is Strange: True Colors. I played like I played 2 or 3 chapters of it so far. Fuck, man. I'll be honest. And right now, I'm definitely still excited, but at a certain point, there's so many highs and lows so far, and these were all based off my decisions. So the fact that something happened, like I don't want to give it away or spoilers, but something happened, like the first chapter, that like just through the game. Like just fucking like I was like, did I just lose the game? The fuck? Like what did I do? It happened, and like now it's like I feel like I could have avoided it, but there's so many like ups and downs in it. Like I have no idea how many storylines could have come from this. Like, and I don't want to like look it up. There have like 5 endings, 7 endings, whatever. Like, I just want to think about it because just thinking that there are other possibilities like that, getting to different decisions, like in like the later chapters, it makes you think about like, okay, should I do this or could there possibly? Because the things I thought were going to happen after I made that decision or decisions completely. I mean, their storyline 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I know it sucked. Like if you read that in a book, like the decision I made, if you like if that was a chapter, that'd be like, oh, it's a shitty chapter. But that's not the whole story. You know what I mean? So like that would have still been a chapter throughout the thing. Ebony says, I do. It's one of the reasons I'm not a gamer. Oh man, I'm not catching up with you, Ebony. We gotta quote us because I don't know what you're talking about. But movies. Have you seen the Matrix Revolution stuff coming out?
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I'm gonna say what new movie are you most excited for? Because to my knowledge, there's a lot of top ones coming out. There's um, James Bond. There's Matrix. There's damn I can't. There's another one. Um, but there's like
Yeah.
yeah, but there's a lot of them that are coming out. Oh, Ebony's talking about Spyro. That's what I'm talking about. Spyro, gang, gang, fly. Whoosh. Um, but yeah, like those kind of movies, I want out. I'm definitely most excited for the Matrix because from the trailer I saw, you were able to get Keanu Reeves and look, I don't know what the other girl's name is, but the other girl, and they look like I know they're older, but from what I see, they look like they're just as badass. So I'm excited for that because all the other Matrixes, I liked them. I thought it was like all dope stuff. You know what I mean? It was brand new types of physics and shit that was coming out. So I love that.
Oh yeah. It's like what's it called? Yeah, the older though. Sometimes I look at Keanu Reeves thinking he doesn't look the same as he used to do, but I know he's older, but this doesn't feel the same. But hopefully it's good though.
I think it's
New
because
soul.
so much news has came up with Keanu Reeves that it makes him seem like he should be older than he is, kind of thing.
Mm.
Because throughout my whole life, I always heard about like, yeah, Keanu Reeves and this, and this, whatever. But then like after that, it was oh, I saw someone saw Keanu Reeves on the subway and he stood up for someone to take his seat or something. You know, it was always news about him doing nice shit in the news like consistently. So like to hear about him doing something now, it's like, oh, I know he's been doing things in between because he's still been in media. It's just not in like big old movies or whatever. If it has been, I just like like John Wick. He was in John Wick, right? I haven't seen any of the John Wick, so that's one I'm gonna get the binge. I love coming up on movies where like or movie series or TV show series that I've never seen that like I watched the first episode I'm like, "Oh my god, this is going to be good" because I have that much more to binge watch, you know what I mean?
I get that.
What's what's the or it's like what's the most or the most exciting to you of like show that you binge watched?
Oh, I don't know. Um, hmm. I don't actually know because I can't remember. Most of the time, if I watch it, I tend to forget after I've done it.
Oh, that's true.
Probably it's it's a K drama. Would you know? If it was a K drama, I think called Sweet Home.
Mm.
It's basically a bit. It's like a block of houses, but then there's zombie monsters outside.
Oh, see, I didn't watch a lot of K-pop stuff, and it was weird because I was in Hawaii, so it was definitely something that was around. It's just I think when I had the option to do that stuff, I was playing sports, so TV or any video wasn't even in my wheelhouse. I was like, give me a bat and a ball, or put some pads on me, let's go. You know what I mean? Like I was always on the run, so it is what it is.
Same for sure. I don't know if you watch K dramas either, but then some just came out looking good. I was like, okay, cool. I'll watch these.
That's what's up. I think
violent.
Like I was saying earlier, I was gonna say I was gonna binge watch whatever. That's been my trend for like all the things I watch. Is like I try and like find like shows or whatever that I can start from finish to end or whatever. You know, I've done that with
Yeah.
Stargate. I mean, I think of that one right now, but I've done that previously, and it comes off to something you said. You were like, you forget about it. I love being able to binge watch something, wait a year or two, and then being able to binge watch it again. And yeah, you already kind of know what's happening, whatever, but you still get like a good enough excitement out of it to watch it again. I mean, he says OG CSI is coming back, and you're ready, dude. Fucking Law and Order SVU season 23 is coming out September 23rd. No, September 23rd, 24th, around there. That's my fucking show.
Next week.
It's all about rape apparently. No, it's not. There was one season because I watched it with somebody, and like off the first episode, I was like, rape. It's rape. It was rape. And then literally almost every episode after about it every single episode was, oh, that girl got raped, that girl got raped. So it was turning into a joke where like the episode was starting, it would be like they're at a baseball stadium, boom, the guy hits a home run, and I'm like, oh, it's rape, it's rape. Like that's how much it happened. You know what I mean? I was like, I call it. Ebony says, Dwayne, are you talking about Sweet Home? Is that what it's called? That show?
Yeah, of course, Sweet Home.
There you go. Damn, how y'all know about this? Monkey goes, okay, here we go. Gone.
I know, I saw it to you.
I love you. Welcome in, boys. Here he is. Yeah, that's rewatching One Piece for 10th times and still getting the same excitement. That's my man. Repetition. Look, I don't know. I'm just trying to be your hype guy. Moving on. Ooh, good thing that Gon's here. Let's ask this question to you and him as well, or all the boys. How transparent can you really be with girls? Because it's coming off of that link you shared with me the other day. And just so you guys know, a lot of the things we bring up are topics from other people's podcasts that we listen to that we also are like, oh, that's a good.
Yes, it's good conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
It's
sometimes we've got what's it called? It's like we get a mind. What's it called? A mind writer's block. It's kind of like that. Is sometimes you work off other people's ideas and make them your own sometimes. But my answer to that question is, can you? What was the question? I know.
It's worded difficult, but I know there's going to be like different answers to it. How transparent can you really be with girls? Before you answer, Jesus already says it depends on how mad they're going to get, and that depends itself on how well you guys know each other or how well you know that person or whatever. So, but
yeah, it depends on the person. I think the girl mainly.
I agree
because I could be fully transparent if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Or I could possibly hold back my truth because people are sensitive.
Well, so the question is, how transparent can you really be with girls? It does depend on. I mean, just like we're saying, how well you know them, because ultimately, how upset you're going to get. Because I think if someone's going to get upset, we're going to take the time to think about something a little bit more. If there's a better way to do it, or a non-explosive, less blow up-y kind of way to avoid confrontation or whatever. I'm not saying that dudes just avoid confrontation, but I'm just saying that's the first thing. Like, think about it. I asked the question. The first response is that, well, I don't know how mad are they going to get, because that's something that we do take into account. That that does affect the oncoming answer. Transparent. Like, I don't wear clothes. I'm white. We walk naked everywhere. Get out of here, gone, man. Just for everyone out there, this guy's a troll. He is not white. He's definitely brown. I saw pictures of him. He's brown. His butt is in the front, and he's about 7 feet tall. Jesus says, she your friend or your girlfriend? Yeah, let's break this down a little bit more. Let's do friend, and under the circumstances that we'll make it kind of rough on this one. Won't get super mad. So me saying won't get super mad isn't saying won't get mad. Just won't get super mad enough to where it's like, now it's changing your way to word things. Can you be fully transparent? Do you think you still need to be hesitant in a way to avoid any kind of conflict for it, or do you think you still need to just kind of keep what you want to yourself and just put out what you want to put out?
I hold back a little bit because holding back makes things a bit easier to maneuver. As in, it's kind of like if I'd be very careful what I say, they can't say, "Don't you said this?" No, I didn't, because I know what I want to say, but I
Yeah.
didn't say. But it's kind of like
Oof.
I don't. I'm. I just don't. Hold on.
No, wait. Keep going. Don't read the chat because I got to respond to that one after. Oof, that's a big one.
Yeah, depends. Okay, also that says that depends that certain people I can be fully transparent with because literally this is how our friendship is. But then certain people have to hold back because literally you ain't ready for the truth. Because if little things upset you, my things will go definitely go piss you off. So nah, I'm
Well,
good.
remember this is under the pretense that they don't get super mad. So are you saying that even if there's a chance that they get mad, you're probably going to just avoid it?
The thing is, if they get mad, it was definitely I'll definitely tell the truth because literally, if you get mad and don't talk to me after that, then literally you were worth the time.
I think I do. I also try and avoid like that kind of like upfront about it, but I definitely like everyone saw in my post. I'm definitely blunt about shit right off the bat. You know what I mean? I'll fucking say it, but I'll also take responsibility for it. You know what I mean? So it's like being transparent with someone in that kind of situation. It really does depend on who it is. If it, like, for me, if it was a situation that someone is not gonna get super mad, I'll try and be basically I'll be as full transparent as I can until something happens that tells me is my flag that's saying like, okay, maybe don't go full. Jesus says friend full transparency. I agree with the friend full transparency thing. I think it still depends on like certain like topics because like every thing is not everyone can be able to have those talks with their friends and like disagree and then be like, okay, cool. What time are we meeting up tomorrow? You know what I mean? I'm gladful that I can have those conversations
Yeah.
because I know I don't, agree with the same like all my friends and this and that. But at the same time, I know I'm not always right, so I'm willing to listen and communicate what I have on my head to see if I'm wrong or not. You know what I mean? Um, he also says girlfriend full transparency. That's rough because I would say so, yeah, but there are definitely times where you could say something and they get fucking mad. So I would avoid it. I would definitely avoid it. Like yeah, full transparency, but honestly, I would in that case I would say if you don't need to know and it doesn't need to rile you up, I'll probably just won't tell you. I get it. Like communication is key. We're saying that, but that's what I'm saying. If I really honestly feel, and that's my own opinion, if I feel like you don't need to know this right now, or it doesn't benefit you gaining this at all, or it could deter you from keeping your head clear, whatever. I'm not gonna put that in front of you. That's more of like an asshole move. You know what I mean? Like here, deal with this. Like nah, I'm okay. Um, Jesus also says side piece, no transparency. 100%. If let me tell you something. If you give your side piece any transparency, you're whipped. 100% whipped, and you're not gonna win any of those situations. I'm transparent with everyone. Ain't gonna talk about the things I hide in my basement. I mean, but that's the thing. I think transparency in general is the best case scenario. I always try and say honesty is the best policy. Communication is key. However, I know that there are difficult situations. I personally try my best to immediately address it. And if someone else can't handle that right then and there, then they're gonna need some time to think about or cool off or whatever and come back. That's what it is. But I need that to understand situations a little bit better. Okay.
Mm.
Oh no, where's Anne? Anne Marie is. Look, we can't disclose
He's
her.
late.
Look, we can't disclose her information right now. She's chopping up food. Food. She's chopping up food. She's got knives skills, and yeah, I don't know. She's got work to do, man. Like, relax.
Nothing, mistress.
Also depends on do they want transparency? Not everyone wants transparency. Sometimes they just want a yes man or woman. I agree with you because I actually know I know a few people like that who will like just straight out say like I don't want you to tell me like I don't want to know. I've also like recently watched some of the podcasts that you've linked and whatever, and I've seen women on there say that that's the exact phrase like I don't want to know, don't tell me, and that's what they want. You know what I mean? They're not saying don't do anything or don't do this or that. They're saying I don't care, don't tell me. If I don't know, then I don't know. And it's like I can understand that mindset. You know what I mean? I would prefer the more knowledge the better, but I, just like I said, if I feel like you don't need to know, that's my opinion of saying it. So gotta respect all sides of the square. Gon says, "Yeah, even if they get mad, ain't gonna hide facts about me just to please someone." That's the best. Honestly, that's the best policy to be upfront and just like how Dwayne was saying, is like you can get mad at me about something I'm saying honestly off my chest, and whatever. Do you, boo boo?
I'm tired, man. I'm tired of being something I'm not. What's the point in hiding, man?
That's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. Because I mean, I know
Oh,
like the same thing I say to my kid about lying. Look, dude, I don't get me wrong. I'm not fucking perfect. I'm not gonna try and say I am, but when I was a kid, I lied out my butthole hard
mm,
daily. I remember there came a time where I was like, I was in this apartment. I was in one of my apartments, and I remember I got home late, and the girl I was living with at the time, she's like, "Oh, you're home late. What happened?" And I straight up bullshit lied, 100% lied. I walked in and I said, I had to go over to this different park, a different trampoline park. They needed help with the trampolines, blah blah blah. Because I was a trampoline expert, I knew how to fix all the shit. That was like something believable that came out of my mouth immediately. When the actual answer was, I had to stay late to work on trampolines at the place I built, like the place I originally work at, the place I'm at on the daily. Why I said the other way, I have no idea. But I caught myself immediately, and I was like, I said it, or I said it's like, oh, I had to go, whatever, and I just kept walking. I was like, I'm sorry. That was a bullshit lie, and I had no reason to lie to you about that. I was at work, and I just did some trampoline shit. And I remember she looked at me and was like, what the fuck was that for? And I was like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I caught myself after, and I was like, okay. And I think it was from that point on, I was like, now I can see it just a little bit too much. Where I was like, okay, if I came off as dumb as I sounded, and I realized it, then I'm not as slick as I thought I was. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, okay, maybe I should just tell you the truth. And from that point on, it's better outcomes, just fucking better outcomes. Yeah, what do we
what
got here?
Jesus said is that thing that you ask a question and I answer. I don't say more than that. Nissim says sometimes. I say what you. I say what I'll answer
You
what you ask.
answer specific.
Hmm?
You mean like answer specifically with them, like not trying to,
Like,
or
yeah,
make it
went to
make it
I went to
as
this place.
straight to the point.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went to this place. What'd you do there? I did this. So who was there? I don't know.
Something. I think okay. This is where I do it the most. When someone says, "What did you? What are you doing?" or "What did you do today?" or "What's going on?" or whatever. I go nothing. I clearly didn't do nothing, but that's what I'm saying. Nothing. You know what I mean? And I got to lie. So that's my big one. What we got here? Damn, we got a lot. Um, Sometimes you gotta let people feel how they feel. It might make things worse. It might make it better. That's true. And if you don't put yourself, I think also if you don't put yourself in that situation, you're never going to be able to know the better or the worse. You're just going to be in your comfort zone. Like there's part of my past, or Gon says like there's part of my past life that I don't like sharing with anyone, so I try to avoid them. But that's like for anyone in general. I absolutely agree. And like just like saying it like that, like I think everyone's got you know portion of their life where it's like, all right, I did something and I'm not proud of it, and I may have owned up to it and recovered from it or whatever scenario it may be, but I don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like I for sure have periods of my life where I'm like, just don't worry about it. Nothing happened. I just don't worry about it. You know what I mean? What do you think about that?
No, I was sorry. I was honest. I was reading what Jesus said, but something about small talk is different. Yeah, the thing is, I don't do small talk. I don't really do small talk. Like, you can ask me a question, I'll go for like 10 minutes answering the same question. So I can't really do small talk. But
I think I can do small talk. I
no,
can do small talk for sure. Because I think once someone starts small talking to me, I get what they're asking for right away. You know what I mean? How we always ask, like, do you need my heart, my head,
yeah,
like, I think when someone starts small talk with me, they immediately want my attention and my conversation. So that's what I'm like, okay, I'm willing to do that. You know what I mean? I'm capable of doing that. So not bad. Mercy says sometimes when people lie, they think they can keep that lie, but it comes out one way or another, and it could be worse than if you said something earlier. Yeah, that's true too. Jesus says, bro, you ask a question and I answer. That's about it. That's fucking fact. Gon says, but what about you guys? Would you like your significant other to be transparent with everything, or do you like it sometimes if they can just agree with you on something? That's a good one. What do you think?
I
If
said, don't agree with me if you don't agree with me. It's just plain and simple. But transparent, yeah. If you feel that's gonna hurt me, wait until you feel like it's not gonna hurt me as much. If it can wait. If I can't
if it,
wait,
if
tell
it's
me.
if it's like if there's a time that is available to do so, okay, I can understand that. Would you like your significant other to be transparent with everything? Hmm. I think it depends, but ultimately, I would like how you're saying is like don't agree with me if you don't agree with me thing. I would say the same. However, I would also say if the tables were turned and like say for instance my significant other asked me to agree on something that isn't that important to me, then I can take the hit. You know what I mean? Like I'm willing to, if it's for her better or they're better, like I'm willing to take that hit for them. So I do want to do that, but I think the way I would like it, I would like to say, you know what, this doesn't mean that much to me. Instead of just like doing it because of that, I'd like to for it to be communicated. Hey, look, this doesn't mean that much to me, but I see that it means a lot to you, so you're gonna get my 110. Or and I'll be honest in the vice versa aspect of it. I would also like that to be said to me like that. I wouldn't take that negatively. It's like if someone said, hey, look, I don't really care about this that much, but I know you care about it a lot. So because you care about it a lot, you get my 110% right now. You know what I mean, or whatever. Like I think that would be the most effective way for me.
I get that.
Jesus says small talk is different though. I'm thinking like serious combos. Yeah. What do you do today? Or what you do today? I fucked off all day. What's up? That's his conversation. I don't remember most of my life, and it used to frighten me, but now I see it as a blessing because half of what I remember is sad or cringy. Whew, that's not good. But we also have a friend, Kyra, that has been on this podcast that did the same thing. Like she was like, I remember when she told us, she's like, I just couldn't remember, and I was like, what? What? And then like I looked it up, and I was like, it is a thing. It is a real thing. Like you could just like it's not that you're old. You know what I mean? Kyra's not old by any chance, so you know what I mean?
No.
Like whoa. People got to be aware of it. Ebony says, just be honest with me because whatever you say can't be worse than what's in my head. I get that. I get
No.
that. I kind of get that, but I would disagree just because you don't know what's in everybody's head. I had this argument with someone yesterday. They said like 100%. I know this, and I was like, you can't say 100%. That literally is a lie because you don't know. If you don't know, there's no way you can say 100%. And that, like, that's just that. You know what I mean? Like, unless you can prove it right then and there, then there's no way for you to know. Whether you find out later or whatever, and then you can say, yeah, there's a good probability or a good chance of it, but you can't say 100% because it's like, fuck, now I'm like, now someone's 100% betting on it. Oh, don't worry. Plane's back. Colin says, I think I'm being honest in life in general is the key to living happily. Like you can sleep peacefully. You got nothing to hide, no ties to cover. That's honestly just the thought of that. Like think about that. You go to bed at night, or you wake up, you go to work, work hard, you come home, you eat your food, and you hop in bed and you have nothing to worry about. Not nothing to worry about, but you don't have any like any regrets in that department where it's like, oh, I lied about something. I feel bad about something. You know what I mean? Like that's a that would make it harder for me to sleep at night. Because, but sometimes with your significant other, I like the idea of do you want me to listen or give you solutions? Because if you want solutions, I'm gonna disagree with you and give you advice and all. But if you want a listener, I'll agree with you on everything until you feel better. Motherfucker, that is the truth. That is, I'm saying that's the truth because that's exactly what I'll agree with that 100%. He said, with your significant other, do you want me to, do you want my advice or do you want me to listen to you? I need one of those things because I can do both. I can do either or, but you need to tell me which one you want because if you don't want me to say anything, if you don't want me to respond right then and there, and if you say if I respond to something you say and then you say hold on wait, then that's not what you don't want my response. You want me to hear you. That's what I needed to know. You know what I mean? So it's like I would rather work more effectively in those situations. So yeah, I would rather like to know, or effectively and productively. You know what I mean? Do you want me to help you, or do you want me to hear you out and hear, and then after be like, okay, well maybe now if you want to try this or give my opinions afterward, then that's the case. You know what I mean? But it has to go off that because you can't like if someone just needs you to hear them, and you're cutting in every 5 minutes. This is turning into a negative interaction for that person. So, you know, it has to be known. It's not just like, no, I don't need to tell you. You just need to listen. It's like, no, I need to know because just like that, if I don't know if you need my advice and you want me to help, so if I try and help, repetitively in situations that I'm trying to, then you're going to get mad at me. So it's going to turn into a negative interaction. So that's what I'm saying. Both sides, if it could happen that way, where it says, okay, look, I don't care this much about this, but I see you care about it, so I'm going to put it all in. It's kind of like a give and take thing, but it's like it's only on situations that's like that you're willing to do stuff like that. You back, Dwayne?
Yeah, I'm back.
Nice. Actually, how is the weather there? You guys got shitty weather there right now? I know
No, it
this
was
is a
nice weather
huge
today.
cutoff.
It was nice today. It was warm, not not humid, just warm and cool.
It's hot as shit here still.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like you got bad internet right now because of a storm or anything. I don't know what's going on the road. Due to coronavirus, I'm living in my own little bubble.
No, it's just bad internet in my house. That's what it is. Bad internet in my house.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on everything until you feel better. Yep, I agree with that too. Ebony says nobody could be as mean to me as in mine. I agree and disagree with you. I'm gonna say it again because you don't know what's in anyone else's mind.
True. That's why roasters roast people
That's
to the
that's
point where they just
that's what
reflect
I'm
life.
saying. I remember I did that in COJ, like one of my first posts, and I posted a picture, and I was like, "All right, what's up, y'all? Roast me." And people had such a good time, dude. I was like, "That's a fucking." Okay, I clapped at some of those motherfuckers. They're making fun of my forehead. Gotcha, 5 head up here. I know it. Floor warning tonight. What do you mean? Oh, flood
What's
warning.
that mean?
I'm gonna guess flood warning.
Uh,
You know, we get this is weird because I'm in the middle of the desert, but we get flood warnings here all the time during monsoon season, which is like now. Uh, but it's just because there's such horrible like displacement of waterways here for that kind of stuff because it doesn't like rain that much like that. You know what I mean? We get like 2 months of it and then that's that. Like for instance, last year I remember I was picking people up and an entire hotel got like evacuated. And there was like some huge concert there and everything. It was attached to the casino. The entire thing got shut down because it got flooded. All the backup generators and everything got flooded. All the machines, the sump pumps weren't pumping up. Everything was bad. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, at what point are you guys gonna make it a smarter way to do this? Because it just shut down a huge business, a huge concert event that brought people to Arizona. You know what I mean? It's crazy shit.
mm,
Do you got what kind of do you get? Okay, this is a dumb question. I'm geographically stupid, but do you guys get like tornadoes and stuff over there?
nah,
Okay, just making sure. Making sure. You good then?
be safe.
We don't get tornadoes or stuff here either. And I'll be honest, I would have driven the fuck away from one by now. If I ever got caught in one, dude, grab the bike and I don't give a fuck what cop is stopping me. I'd be like, turn around, bro, like tornado.
You put
Okay.
into a fire tornado, man.
Oh man, it was for sure out here, dude. Okay. Gon says, let's say your significant other came back home mad or sad and starts telling you what happened at work. Maybe he or she was the one in wrong, or it was just a misunderstanding. That's a good point. If your significant other doesn't specify what they want you to do, and maybe they just want you to listen to them and to be the bear who hugs them, and you start telling them that they were wrong, they will flip out and you start getting mad at you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because like say you're giving advice and your advice is opposite to maybe what they wanted to try or what they think, then that's going to be that situation where you're basically like, no, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Or it's going to come off like that. So I think I completely agree with that because it's like, especially for your significant other, I can have my own opinion, but like I said, for my significant other, what you need at that time is what's my priority. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't care if I have something to say. It's whatever you need. I'll take care of that first, and then deal with whatever I have to say after. Good points out there,
It makes
Gwen.
sense.
10 points for the big troll on the R&D page. Here we go.
Yeah, that's such a again.
Okay.
I agree with that.
I mean, he made a hella good points. Keep in touch, bro. That's a good one. Let's
Hmm.
see. Downsides to men being vulnerable. Are there any?
Yes.
I smirked because I was like, yeah, there's definitely. And like this is tough because it goes off that video that you linked. Um, I get the whole male alpha whatchamacall thing, whatever, but like that does come to my mind when I think about that kind of stuff. It's like if you're a certain
Hmm?
vulnerable, you I mean, ultimately, you're letting every guard you have down, or at least enough wall down for you to take over my kingdom. That's what I feel. I get the idea of it, but coming from the kingdom of Hawaii, fuck you. You don't take none of my shit anymore. No, I disagree. You know what I mean? No, there are downsides too if the man is already uncomfortable with vulnerability. Yeah, they definitely mean same thing. There's definitely downsides too if the girl's already comfortable with vulnerability. Still there, Dwayne? Oh, we're having some internet Discord issues. Yeah, I wish Discord had like some kind of like private servers and shit like that. We could just pay for it and like have like our own set shit, like servers that are like nearer to us. Because sometimes we'll watch some movies in there and it'll be like laggy as crap, but other times on point. That's why we use Discord over Skype and shit. Okay, I'll keep going. I'm not sure if it's here or not, but for friends, what I believe is keep your friends separate. Your friends at work are your friends at work only. I get that. That's a good one. I have dipped and dabbled in both, and not always good cases. You know what I mean? It's like okay, your friends at work might not actually be like your regular friends. You know what I mean? You might because just like your friends at work might not be like your friends outside. You might not be how you are outside and at your place of work. I don't think a lot of times you are. You know, you hold up to be as put on a good face or whatever. So your neighborhood friends are only there in your neighborhood. Your friends in the internet, just keep them in the internet because when you start mixing them up, shit goes wild. Shit does go wild. Shit does go wild. Are we back? Am I in and out? Is this even for me? What's going on? All right. Hold. Let's see here. We're back. Are we back? Okay, I'm gonna continue. I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me or not. And they're doing. Ah, see, his internet is bad. I'm over here thinking like someone's hacking my computer right now or some shit. I'm like, gone, you asshole! You got me into this story and you hacked into my PC. I knew it. All right, so Gone goes like me at work. I'm serious. Don't even laugh. Now, imagine y'all, dude, what you're about to say. Y'all, my friends from COJ, talk to my friends at work. That's legit. Think about that, Dwayne. If your friends from COJ talk to your friends in real life, I keep y'all separate for a reason. No, I'm just kidding. But that's a good point. I mean, like literally, the two groups would be like, "How the fuck you hang out with these people?" You know what I mean? Like I'm sure of it. It's hard for me to mix friends. The thought concerns me. I think because with different crowds, I am different. Where I'm known differently. X Group A, I'm the cute innocent one. Group B, I'm the stern butch one. Yes, yes, sir. Anne Marie, yes, sir. Are we back? How about this, Dwayne? You just let me know when you're back. I'm gonna continue on. Let's talk about a
You
story.
can hear me?
No, I can hear you now. God damn, it scared me.
I know it's weird. I
You're
think
good.
sometimes with my headphones, I can't hear you, but then I could turn on mute my laptop can hear you perfectly, but then that's because I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway,
No worries.
um, what's it? But was a question about vulnerability, yeah?
Oh, the question was downsides to men being vulnerable. Are there any?
Yeah. Basically, imagine you. Let's say this is imagine. Imagine you just finally show that you are not as angry or whatever people say you are, but then you tell people somebody your darkest secret why your life is why you act the way you do. But then um what's it called? Then one day in an argument, she says or they say whoever says, "This is why blah 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 happened to you." I'm like, see, this is it's your vulnerability can be used as a weapon or something that can be used to help you in a way. Vulnerability is a big thing because men we're not taught to be really vulnerable, but when we are vulnerable, it can be used against us to a point where we don't know what to do next. It's
Totally.
like we don't trust you no more.
Because this is the analogy I put with that. Once you break your wall, it takes a while to build it back up. And whoever like saw what's behind your
Oh, for
wall,
sure.
they saw. You know what I mean? Like it's like you can't take it back. And it's like that. I think that's the part that will hurt someone when it's like I let you into my wall, you hurt me. Now no one else gets behind this wall. You know what I mean? That's the mentality behind that.
Oh, for sure. Like even I recently had to say it's just I sometimes say to people that yo that wall is going back up because literally I don't feel like pulling it back down again for a
Mm-hmm.
while.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. And I think I
Right.
definitely like I know I had walls up. I mean I always have walls up, but I know for like basically my entire 20s, I would never go past a certain point with someone because I'm like, no. Why? Because no. You know what I mean? It was like, I didn't even know what reason it was for. It was whether I just didn't want to risk it or was afraid of it or just nervous or whatever it may be. But, you know what I mean? I definitely was like, I got to a certain point. I'm good. Goodbye. Just easier.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like I'm good on vulnerability. I rather keep my shit to myself nowadays. There's only certain people that hear it, and the people that hear it, I trust, and if you use it against me, then I have no one.
That's the thing. Well,
So,
that's the thing. It's like, knowing that is a fear in itself. You know what I mean? Knowing that, like, okay, if this goes wrong, I got nothing. You know, everybody says, "Can you teach me
mm,
how to do that?" What the Dougie? The closest someone
what
is, the
is
worst
Dougie?
it feels when they hurt you. That's for sure. And that's why I always say the opposite side of that coin is best friends become no friends overnight.
Bruh.
Because it's like when something hits that hard, and I've done that. I've completely done that. My best friend at one point, did something, and I was like, deuce, deuce, and that isn't the nicest words possible. I definitely didn't say deuce, deuce. I, just reacted. But besides the point. Everybody says, I'd like to not feel sometimes. I get that, but also if you didn't feel like what you want is you don't want to feel the bad because the good feels good. But I think without feeling the bad, you the good doesn't feel as good. If that makes any sense. I know that sounds dumb as shit. Somebody quote me. It's okay.
I make complete sense.
Well, I mean
You need
that
bad to be really good.
yeah, because like without bad, there is no good, right? And without good, there is no bad. You know what I mean? Like you got to have the other one to make the other one what it is. You know.
Yep.
Gon says the funny thing about being a troll is that no one would believe anything I say, or at least they will still deny some of it. I'll be honest, bro. I don't troll much these days anymore. Some would disagree, but I would completely agree, and that's why I do it. I'm okay if they don't if they're just like no, they're denying. Okay, that's fine. That tells me you for sure don't know the answer. Because if I know the truth and you still don't believe me, okay, sorry. You'll find out one day and you're gonna be like, oh, dude, you were right. No, you know, pain is good. Feeling pain is good feeling. Pain means you're still alive. Feeling bad is what makes you grow up. That's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely good times that you have throughout your life, but I think that's what people take from like going through hard times is the pain that they go through, and they're like, "Fucking made it. I'm a winner. I'm a champion." You know what I mean? Like that's the go-to. Anne Marie, I'm a troll with both of y'all. Uh is this a new fan? Hi Anne Marie. How are you? She's probably on her way home or chilling. Anne Marie, get in the Discord so we can ask you some of these questions. We got one of yours up here that we're waiting to ask. Also, Dwayne, you brought up last week you want to do another Hermione Jeopardy.
Yeah, no, do a game night one day again.
Dude, we definitely need to put that for. We definitely need to put that through. I definitely got to set it up though, because without it, I mean that shit that took me a while to set all up. But we could play Jeopardy. We could play Mafia. We could play Among Us. We could play. Dude, there's a lot of games. Jackbox, all that shit. I think Jackbox just came out with a new one that we could try out. Gartic Phone. That one's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy that one. Eileen told us about that one. That was a good one.
What's it called?
The Gartic phone one, where you draw it, you draw something, and someone like guesses what it is, and then whatever that person guesses, the next person draws what they guessed. I recorded one of ours, like the ending of it, or I saved it as a GIF or whatever, however it lets you do, and it was like we are out of our fucking minds. We're out of our fucking minds.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. It was we just go and do some net stupid shit after a while.
Oh, good question. Gon says this. What do you think?
That's funny.
Do you think you're a good person?
Who, me?
Yeah, I'll answer too. But
Sometimes no, sometimes yes. Majority of the time, no. Honestly.
I think that's a question I do ask myself continuously, and even in situations, I go, would I be okay with making this decision? And when I say would I be okay, I'm thinking of like, okay, all my dead relatives are right above me right now, watching me make this decision, and they're gonna go, Royce, or they're gonna be like, it's my boy. You know what I mean? Like that ultimately is what kind of factors into it. It's like, okay, what do I know what's good and bad, you know what I mean? I know what's right and wrong, or at least to my best knowledge. And if it's as good as I can, if it's wrong, it's wrong. But if I really feel it's right, then I'll go that way. God says I always ask myself that question. It keeps you in check, so you don't F up in life. That's true. That's true, and that's why I said it's like that's a good. I try and put it in a kind of a dark perspective. Because like, all right, all my ancestors are right above me, or all of my dead relatives are right above me, because I can picture, my grandma, my grandpa, whatever. So it's like, okay, I can make that real for me and be like, okay, this feels like a moment where I gotta be 100% honest, or make this decision, or hold the door open for someone. So I'm like, it's not like guilt or anything. It's more like, okay, I know what's right to do, so might as well just fucking do it. Ebony says, agree to disagree. My pain has stunted me as a person, and it feels like my life just got started. I understand what I'm going to say it's going to sound negative, but You have to be, think about it, you have to be in this area. I'm not saying you have to be, but the later part you are in life, with you saying this, if it's a better time in your life, that's this moments like these are what's going to make that point better or feel better for you. Not just like be like, oh, on paper it's better. It like that's what I'm saying. It's going to make you feel like it was worth more going through that pain. Not saying like it's good for you to be in pain all the time or this and that. I get you. I hear you, and I definitely do understand that pain can stunt someone as a person as far as growing, but from that, from whatever event, I think there's always going to be a positive way or a way to turn that into a somewhat positive, like not all situations can be really a positive one, but into a better one, a more productive one, more effective one for your successful future. Don says, when you do something bad in life, you will never forget it, but you can do good again and again, feel better about yourself, and bury that feeling of guilt. And the thing is, that works with.
I agree with
I agree with it, but that only works with someone who can keep themselves accountable. Because some people who don't keep themselves accountable, they can actually just like believe what they're doing is like, I'm okay, I'm good, no worries, I can get away with it, so I'm good, and like, they don't have that guilt factor in there for that.
To me, it depends if the bad I'm doing and if it feels bad. If the repercussions are bad sometimes. But sometimes I feel like what I'm doing is right, and the repercussions still bad, and I still think it's right. I don't think okay, fuck it. That's what I think. But if it's like I hurt somebody I care about, then by accident, just thinking I'm helping them, and it hurts them, and it's like fuck. It hurts way more than.
Yep, for sure,
and that
for sure.
sticks. It sticks way more.
Yep.
But then there's the evil part of me thinking, if I hurt somebody who doesn't really do anything to me, but because it hurts somebody who it hurts the person that they're connected to, I'll say, fuck it, I'll do that to you. I'll hurt them. I'll rob them. I'll jack everything off their life. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna do that because I get caught.
Such a gang member, bro. Such a gang member.
And it's proof.
That's Holly commented on a post, whatever, and it was like fighter and something else. I was like, damn, you right. It was, and it was like just I think one of them was like a basic description of a gang member, and I'm like, she's right. Colin says, when someone starts feeling uncomfortable, he's just killing the human part in his heart until it's all gone, and that's why they can do anything and they can feel nothing about it as serial killers. And so, damn, that's true. That's true because think about it. We watched some of those the criminal psychology things where it's like, how can you do this? I was on Alberto's podcast with the whole Japan killer, suicide guy, or not suicide, like cannibal guy, and I was like, damn. You really were able to put that completely out of your head, or at least far enough to where you were still able to make those actions or do those actions. Because I think I just can't even fucking picture it. You know what I mean? It's just freaky as shit.
You probably see them as human, honestly.
Yeah.
What he did. I don't know. I'm not sure a man as serial killer works. I'd rather not know because they might find out it's close to mine. And that's scary.
It's good to be
scared. Imagine finding a serial killer is close to your man.
Wait, what's up?
Imagine finding out a serial killer has the same kind of patterns as you do. You'd be kind of worried.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, I'm not saying especially, but I definitely think, like, for me, I know what I'm capable of. If a serial killer were to be like me, oh, fuck, man. Like, that guy needs to be fucking stopped. He's capable of a lot. Don't. This ain't mafia. He's a real deal. Like, lock his ass up. You know what I mean? I would take all precautions. But that would for sure scare the shit out of me. I'd be like, oh no. I would try. You know what I would try and do? I would try and put together I would have to know the situation beforehand. I don't know, man. I just can't. It's hard for me to picture. I got a good one. I know we're just going from question to question, but let's go. Why is dating difficult for you?
I get nervous.
Do you get nervous? Okay, let's be more specific. Do you get nervous in the beginning, or do you get nervous like after a while?
At the beginning. Like somebody introduced me to this one of their friends recently, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I do not know what to do. Fuck. Like much as I got I'm at talking sometimes.
Yeah.
I was like, I do not know where to start. Fucking hell, I'm gone. I'm fucked. He's like, no, I
I
don't know
know
what to
I didn't
say.
help you at all.
No, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
days. Ah,
This,
be me at some point, fuck it. Trash it.
I'm not gonna disclose. I'm not gonna disclose because that's out of myself. But this is what happened. He came to me and said, "Hey, what do I say?" Right in this moment, I'm like, I was a dick, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! You know what the fuck to say? Don't be coming to me with this bullshit kind of thing." Like that was my response. It was in a like I'm saying it in like a negative way, but it was definitely in like a hype you up kind of manner. There was more said or whatever, but I did not give him like a quote to say, and like I know you wanted it, but I couldn't because think about it. If I say something like this and it goes bad, just like you were saying, you know what I mean? I don't want to have it on me. I would rather have you think a little bit more. And I'm not saying that you didn't already think about it, like we're like you're thinking about it. I'd rather you think more about it, knowing that I'm not going to give you that answer, so that you get an answer. You make yourself come up with an answer.
It took me a whole day
It took you a whole
to figure
day.
to figure an answer, and it's like, cool.
That's
There's a
all
short
right
sentence.
though.
Ah, yeah, the conversations are very short, but then she still replies back to me whenever she's free. I'm
Yeah.
like, cool. I'm cool with that.
Hey,
I'm not
that's
gonna
fine.
be
Start it off
up
slow. You know what I mean?
in the buttons. I like space. Like I like giving people space to think about if they want to talk to me or not. Because otherwise, I don't want to force it. Because if I keep talking to you, you feel like, oh, this guy's annoying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
you talk when you feel like you need to talk,
For
and
sure.
I'll be here when you're ready. Simple.
I
So
definitely lean towards that as well. Like I'd rather not say anything. I'd rather you ask me about it or something. But then again, I've also been like
mm,
not scolded, but like, why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you tell me that? Blah 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 blah. I want to know this and that. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't know you want to know, but you know, because I didn't want to say too much, just to be like, oh, well, this guy's annoying. All he does is talk about shit.
mm.
Don says, what I don't like in this era is the restrictions we put of ourselves. Like I don't want to make this one mad or to offend these to the point where it feels like we can't even express ourselves anymore. Damn, that sounds like a post that I just made. Trying to be supportive of everybody and shit. That's all right. No, I agree. It's unfortunate. However, this is what I keep in mind. This is what I keep in mind, thinking that not saying that I'm wrong or our mindset is wrong for it. I keep in mind that we are from a different era, and maybe that this era we're in, maybe the way that those people are going by it is the correct way. I can't. I say that because I don't know if my way or their way is the right way. So I keep the option open to say maybe what they're doing is the right way. You know what I mean? Because like just like how we were saying, like sometimes you know, like we kind of feel like dudes nowadays from like younger days, like they get away with so much that like for us, we couldn't even have, you know what I mean? Like everyone would have like held us to that standard, but it's okay for the new generation to be like that. But I think that's periodical. It's always gonna look like that from the previous generation. You know what I mean? Because if we always progress, then yeah, the generation before us is gonna be like, oh well, yeah, you got it easy. You know what I mean? Tough.
Mhm.
It's tough. It's difficult because I'm good at talking, but my stare is like a serial killer. Yo, dude, I tell you what, I know some people that their stare, not even like resting bitch face, their stare is like deadly, dude. Fucking like will cause me to like avoid looking in this whole direction. You know what I mean? Like no, nope, 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 nope. Because if I get a peek at you like staring like that again, I'm gonna feel creeped out. No, I can't do it. I know when I was younger, if someone was like staring, if I caught someone staring, it was like a goal for me to like try and get a stare off with them. You know, like get in their like straight line of sight just for them to see me. And then once they finally like look and like you see they see you, you just lock eyes for as long as possible. Like, yep, this is the game. They look away. I'm like, yes, got them. I've had some good ones.
I can't, sometimes when I'm talking, I have to look away because looking at the person's eyes is like.
Sometimes I think sometimes I felt like that, but maybe only in situations of like I have to talk to this person to get to a certain place or get to a certain step kind of thing, you know? Like I have to go through you to get to this. So it's like I don't know. Everybody says I'm very awkward in person unless I know what to say. I am super awkward in person. No, I'm not. I'm just weird. Everybody says at our age being awkward comes off rude. You 21 too? Like, girl. Don says, I swear, even if I'm smiling, I look like a serial killer. That's all right. That's all right. I mean, it might not be all right if you end up in a lineup and it comes down to who did this and they're like, well, this guy looks the creepiest, so I think that was him. But, you know what I mean? I have faith. I have faith. You'll stray far away from those scenarios. Right, Gon? Right, Gon?
Right, God. Bruh. So,
Hold on, wait. I gotta turn you up a little bit. I can't hear you. All right, go again.
No worries.
There you go.
Was it? Yep. So how do you have a conversation with someone without offending people? Without certain things that,
you don't.
Yeah.
You don't. The thing is, not you don't. You don't, and you don't think that you're not gonna have that. You always be aware that that's a possibility. So, with that mindset going into it, whatever answer you give, keeping that in mind, that's the best answer you can give. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, if that's what you came up with, that was your best, then that's all you can't expect yourself to come up with better. If you really feel like that was your best response, or in that moment that was the correct response to do or say or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, how are you to be wrong? Just you know.
I say it's easy to offend somebody you don't know, but it's easier to offend somebody you do know, but easier to avoid it as well. Honestly, because like I could easily offend a lot of people because I don't know how they perceive things. So I'm like, shit, I didn't mean to do that.
I get that. Oh, Holly-Ann says.
There's some people that.
Holly-Ann says hi.
Oh, hello, Holly-Ann.
Did you just stop by to say what's up to your big brothers? Love you. Have a good one. We love you too. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, the podcast is fucking awesome. Everyone watch. Just kidding. But yeah, like the thing is, this is also situational to like how well you know the person. Like, because if you want to avoid confrontation, you're just gonna, or if you want to avoid confrontation with someone you don't know, you just avoid the whole conversation. You know, like there's a way to not answer nicely. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's actually a right way to put it, but that's what first came to mind, to not answer nicely. That way it's like not coming off as disrespectful, but just also not giving you my input at this moment.
These days, you can be nice and still someone see you as being disrespectful. Well, you know you're being the nicest way you can say something. As much as someone says something that I don't completely agree with, and they say, why are you being this? I'm like, I'm not. I'm just saying this is what I feel. But what you're saying is wrong. No, okay, cool.
Yeah.
This conversation is done.
That's the thing. When it gets to that so quickly, it's like, all right, well, I have to accept. At this point, like in my head, I'm like, all right, I have to accept it right now. You're not hearing me completely, and I'm hoping that maybe after a couple of days or something that it'll something will have came to your mind and say, okay, maybe I didn't listen to you totally, and just hope that it comes out better, because just like you're saying, it's like, all right, well then that's done, because it's like you can tell when someone's just not going to listen to you anymore. You know what I mean?
True.
Con says maybe.
I think some people make a bad maybe. Ooh, what is it?
Is it maybe about the era stuff? The era stuff. But seriously, I'm a virgin, man. I'm too religious. I know, shocking. Dude, I'm a virgin too. But seriously, I'm more of someone who looking for a relationship with more than just sex or happy things. I would completely agree. However, I can say that if there's definitely a level of sexual some people need. You know what I mean? Life ain't always happy. You're right. A relationship means going through the worst and good together. Ain't gonna paint a heavenly picture for you until you will live like kings. I mean, that's the thing, and like that's why I somewhat enjoy that not being my goal. You know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong. I'm king of my domain, do whatever, blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna rule the world. That's not my goal. You know what I mean? I didn't even want to be admin. You know what I mean? Like I'm not me being
Not bad.
like you could fuck off. I got you. But me being like some I don't know president of I have no will to want to do that. You know what I mean? I take pride in that. I learned while I was living in Hawaii that there's so much more to fucking life than all this shit, man. Because I think about it. What if all technology went away? I know it's not gonna, but what if it did? I would actually enjoy it. Go fucking play in the fucking jungle again. You get me? Climb some trees. Like I think if like I honestly think if we were all forced to do that to like live without technology for 10 years, maybe not 10 years, but a long period of time, and find a way to like make it work, I think our level of happy would be completely on another level.
Oh, because we lack of technology, lack of social media, and social media is a big factor of
Mm-hmm.
people's problems.
Yeah.
Because imagine no social media means less people trying to cause you problems. Because imagine it was back in the days, it was just a school. If you go like if something happened, it was embarrassing what's happening in school. Only the school would know about it back in the days because social media wasn't that big. But then now it's like, yo, someone recorded it. Now the whole entire world knows your shit. Now that's very embarrassing. So imagine all the internet, all the everything goes away for 10 years.
You're right.
You probably feel the most freedom
You're right.
ever.
You're right. And that would bite me in the ass because one of my friends, like, they know, like, I just download movies and movies and movies just to keep them on like in shows, just to keep them in case like, this is my response. I keep it in case I live off grid and I have no access to anything because I can always just pop it into a smart TV or get it off my phone or whatever. At least I have it on a hard drive. But if no technology, hard drive ain't gonna do me no fucking good. All my movies and shows gonna be fucking gone, and all the comics and books that I've gotten rid of and I've transferred into ebooks and whatever will be trash. You know what I mean? It will be useless to me.
That's be healthy.
Yeah, it really
Because
would.
I've
It
never else
really
to do.
would. That's why, like, I was like, I want to take off. Like, realistically, I want to go off to like a forest for like a weekend. You know what I mean? Go camp in the forest for a weekend, like just chill away from all this shit. Where my phone don't work. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. All right, let's catch up on these ones.
After,
You wait, what?
but yeah, after 10 years, I'll be hench because no internet means nothing else. No internet, no technology, nothing to stop me from doing anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Not
That's true.
really.
Much less distraction. Gon says the number one turn off for me is if the one I'm trying to date is dumb. Like I'm serious. If you can't understand common sense and see the bad and good and things and disagree with small stupid things, ain't gonna waste my time with you. I would say the same. However, I have suffered that case my whole life. I give people the benefit of the doubt immediately. I am gullible, huge, and I have to just accept that. I'm not saying that everyone in my life has been dumb. It's just I have allowed people, or I've allowed those types of people to go much further in my life than should have been because I just gave them too much of a chance or wanted to be like here, like you deserve a shot, like here's your shot kind of thing. Anne Marie says, remember that when building relationships, whether the family, friends, or romantically, know what you both are bringing to each other and meet up halfway. It's give and take, but it should be equal between both parties. Respect and honesty strengthen the love one has for the other. So this is a good point that comes up. Do you think relationships are 50-50?
50-50.
Yeah.
They're meant to be.
So
It's like give and take, innit? It's give and take all times.
Because I think,
But some people take more than they give.
I think I'm gonna throw out there. I think like 70%, if not more, the relationship is always going to be someone is giving more and someone is taking more, and that has to be understood because it's like you can't always equate things. You know what I mean? Like say for instance, if my wife is an actor and I'm an inventor, you really can't equate shit. You know what I mean? It's like there's two different, completely different career paths, sets, and what you can gain from like royalties from movies or royalties from inventing something or things that can be invented from that thing and you invented or movies from that movie. You know what I mean? It's like things branch off in two totally different, just to say two totally different scenarios where it's like not even fathomable to even keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So I go into that knowing that like a relationship could be not 50-50 and that can be that's okay because I think it's more difficult to find a 50-50. And I know you said it was like if they really match it they'd be 50-50, but I think if someone can offer something more and they're willing to, there's no reason that that person shouldn't accept it. You know what I mean? If that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? If that person's willing to give it and the other person wants to accept it, it should be allowed. You know what I mean? It's always going to be based on that person if they want to give that out. Everybody says,
I think the perfect. Oh, what should I say?
no, you said, I think the perfect what?
So I think the perfect relationship would be you think you're giving like 30 and they're giving 70, but they think you're giving 70, but they're giving 30. So like, you both feel like you're doing more than you should.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
the perfect relationship probably is like you grow to a point where you know each other's problems, like you set up things up to a point where you like your issues, there's a rule for it, there's something that can fix it.
Intertwined.
There's still something in place to you just less like there's still some issues that you can work on, but you both understand that they can be worked on and you're willing to work for them together.
Mm-hmm.
If someone was to leave after that, then so be it. But if you don't, then they're probably the perfect person for you because usually that sounds perfect, honestly.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, and like that's the thing is like if it's perfect for you and it's perfect for them, then who says it's not? Or who is to say that it's not? Ebony says, but then I wouldn't know you if technology didn't exist. This is true, but you never know. What if I would have rode a horse all the way across the fucking United States and I just happened to see you on the way? You never know.
Remember, technology wasn't that big a deal back in the days.
That's for real. Like not so long ago we were driving horses. You know what I mean? Like in carriages. Yeah, like getting it. Ebony says, I only have like 50 books and less than 5 unread. Actually, go back to what you said. Think about it. In the last like 100 years, we have advanced in technology so quickly compared to the entire human civilization. How fucking like trippy is that? I know a lot of people are like, that proves aliens are real. This is just not effective, whatever.
I believe that.
I believe aliens are real, but I don't think anything from our past has anything to do with it because the way I look at it is whatever people have these conspiracies and everything, they're so basic. Like, give me more. If we're so advanced, then you better give me more because
We're not ready for more, man.
Dude, I hear you, but like, this is the thing. There has to be more out there for in order for me to not be ready for more. People just go
is more.
No, I get it, but you're going off the probably. What if what if all we got is what we got? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whatever people have came up with is just a story in that person's head. It's just their invention or whatever in their head. Because I think like this is my personal alien bit on that. If aliens were here, we would have some alien shit. I know that the Pentagon leaked out this video of the fucking whatever, man. Like, come on, bro. Movies are movies. Like, who's to say that wasn't made on a fucking computer or whatever? Like, not saying I don't believe it, but like, you don't know. And to believe something that Pentagon, the people who said, oh, it's not real, but they're like, you caught us. Here it is. You know what I mean? It's like, what? You can't just believe shit from now on kind of stuff. We'll see though. Gon
I
says, I
don't
learned in
know.
life that people's age doesn't equal their brain age. Like some still act childish. That's for sure. I'll
Yeah,
actually
for
take
sure.
that from me for sure. I think it's a 60% for men, maybe. I'm old school. Like, I think I shall bring more to the relationship. Maybe that's wrong though. I get that. I get that, and I'm like, it's always going to be circumstantial, depending on your career trait or what you have to offer, and it's all the factors. And he says, I don't think aliens would come here. Earth is ghetto. Earth is hella ghetto. Think about it. They would come here for what? Resources that we've already fucking jacked up. You know what I mean? Like there's worlds out there that ain't been touched. They got like, people say like there's some planets with like raining diamonds. Why do you think they wouldn't go there? Like we think we're so like high and mighty as humans. You know why we think that? Because if there were no animals, we would never think we were high and mighty. If there was no other creatures, we would never think we're so high and mighty. Because the other creatures prove that we are more alpha than living beings, some other living beings. You know what I mean?
Well,
I wonder how that would work. Like if there were no other animals, no insects, nothing for us to basically dominate, but there were aliens. How would we look at aliens? Would we be like more curious, more open to? I think we'd definitely be more open to like reaching out to them or whatever. Less violence. I mean, kind of
uh,
interspecies violence.
mm, question. One second.
Okay, here's I'm not gonna stay on these for too long because I know this is dumb. But if if there was a planet that okay, so Earth is blown up. Okay, rocks coming, we're gonna get jacked. We have ships to go to any planet in this solar system, but you can't ever leave it again. So basically, whatever ship you live with you're gonna be on that planet for forever. Which one would you go to? Despite not knowing like
Well,
how cold or how hot and gaseous, whatever, if you could live on all of them, but like all gravity and all the shit's different, which one would you try and pick, or which one would you pick?
I think the closest one is Mars, isn't it? The closest one that survives is Mars. Even though lack of food and all that kind of shit that we know of. But because I know I think Jupiter or Saturn is one of the gas planets, so that's a no. Uh, Venus, I don't know about yet. Um, there's so many planets, man. Just
I
yeah.
think
If anything,
I think I'd pick Pluto. I know people say it's not a planet. I don't care.
it's a
When I
dwarf planet.
Yeah, when I went to school,
Nah,
the teachers said Pluto was a planet. So I said, okay.
yeah,
I would
yeah,
rather.
it's a
I mean,
dwarf planet.
I don't really know how big Pluto is, but like coming from Hawaii, I would be more comfortable spending the rest of my life somewhere where I'm able to know more about that place because ultimately, the bigger the place, the more information you're going to have to intake. And there is a limit, and there's a time process for that. So it's like I would say the smaller the better for me, but definitely not like, one house size planet, but Pluto for sure. Make it my own. I mean, not my own, but like, you know what I mean? I'd be able to feel like it's more like homey because I know more of it. Here we go. Here we
I
go.
don't.
Khan says, "I believe in the existence of aliens, but I don't think they are as smart as they made them. Like just another form of life between humans and animals. Maybe I totally agree that way. And I'll be honest, this is what I think aliens. But what if we find aliens? This is gonna be the first aliens we find. We're gonna find a space dwelling creature, a creature that can live in the vacuum of space and just happens to be fucking floating on by. And it's gonna be like, have you ever seen Xenon? That big fucking like octopus thing with the new RGB octopus was just flying around.
Futurama. Too much Futurama.
Well, the thing is, I don't like. Well, for aliens, think about it. It's all sci-fi that makes it have to be like these things got to be like super advanced or this and that or blah blah blah. It's like you don't know.
You don't know. That's a fun part.
That theory, aliens built the pyramids, pisses me off. Bro, don't even go there, okay? I just told you about I watched Stargate, okay? That's real, okay? The pyramids are landing pads for alien spaceships, which also look like pyramids. We're not talking about this anymore, damn it. Like the idea of I can't figure out how to do this, so it must be impossible. It's just the not of human ego. Oh, for sure, it's impossible. Can't be done. That's why when things like that happen that are previously said to be that, the human race is like, oh my god, I gotta see. You know what I mean? If something crazy had, that's never been done before, the dog down the street doesn't give a fuck if you did it or not. You know what I mean? It's the human race that takes something from that. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Make my heart go. I'm just kidding. I don't know that. I'm too young to know that. I'm only 21. Damn, how did we get talking into aliens?
The thing about
I think it was Holly. Holly popped in and was like, I love y'all. Aliens. Because we were supposed to go going over a podcast with talking about aliens, but damn, that would have been a long one. We just ever skipped it. We'll come up to it again. We'll come up to it. If not, me and Holly will go deep in it one day. Our conspiracies and our alien talks. I'll be honest, I change my mind all the time on it, and I'm like, I don't know, man. They're among us. They gotta be.
But what was it? Yeah, the whole pyramid thing. I believe that it must be some form of. If we can't figure out to do it now, by now we can make cars that can fly and cars run on water. If we can't figure out how to build a flipping pyramid by now, something is out.
This is what I think. Humans are dumb, and this is why.
Yeah, but
we can't.
We're not dominating people from far.
No, but think about this. We can't fathom something that we don't know of, or that we can't come up with in our head. For instance, the Library of Alexandria completely burned down, right? All those pages gone that we have no more knowledge of. What if in those pages happened to be a non-technology way to build those pyramids, just the way they are, and we're just dumb and we don't know how it happened? Because think about it, the pyramids are there. Logically speaking, scientifically speaking, that's the process that had to happen. You know what I mean? There must have been a way that it happened. It either happened with these aliens or whatever, or there was some non-technological process that allowed them to do that in that manner that we're just not aware of. It'll be one of those situations, just like I said, where it's like, oh my god, what? Couldn't even fathom that. That's why the human race is so excited. Because think about it, a turtle or a fucking camel in Egypt don't give a fuck about the damn pyramid. You know what I mean? Like, they don't give just two shits about it. You know what I mean? It's like, just because we don't know how it's built, it's something important. Emery says, what if Royce is an alien because he doesn't age past 21? No, I'm Hawaiian, that's why. But moving on.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Here's
I just want to believe that one day they made something. Ooh.
I get it. I mean, ultimately, for sure. I think everyone wants that, but we got a question. What do you do when you get called out for lying?
I mean, yeah, you're right.
I agree. You gotta be right. You gotta be right, and I think that's the best way to do it, because anything past you right, you're making yourself look dumb. You know what I mean? You like, what can you do? You know what I mean? I remember, like, so for instance, there was this one time I was playing Mafia with Machu, and right previously to that, we had went over this thing that was like, hey, hate being called Matthew. Like, the only time someone calls me Matthew is when I'm in trouble. Very next game, we played a Mafia. I was a cop. He was Mafia. I checked him first, and right as we woke up, I went, Matthew, and he's like, hey, told you. I'm like, I know, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? He's like, oh fuck, you got me. You got me. You know what I mean? It was like you caught me. I can't fucking lie past this. You know what I mean? So there's definitely situations like that where it's like, just get busted. Just get busted. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what the punishment is going to be or what's going to happen, what consequence. Just take the fucking hit.
I will say though, before I say that, fuck it. I'll be like, what proof do you have? If you have no proof, I'm like, no. But again, if I know it's a lie and you have no proof, I'll still probably admit that's a lie.
Yeah.
Because I have.
Well, I mean, you can put yourself in the shoes and understand.
No, it's gonna be us arguing. That's what it is. I don't like. Some days I like to argue, but I will argue if I am right. If I'm lying, I'm like, you're right. I give up.
I mean, I agree. Like, think about that one situation. I was like, from that moment on, I caught right away. I was like, okay, no, this just sounds dumb. And I think, like, to me, it was like every time I realized that I was about to lie, or was like I was coming up with a lie, I'm like, I called myself out in my head. I'm like, you dumbass, fucking liar. You know what I mean? Like, my own kind of bully, whatever, but in like a good way, you know?
Lying is not fun because you should keep holding to the lie and try to figure out a new story from that lie.
Hmm.
No, then at some point you believe that lie to a point where you don't know what's real anymore. That's scary. Then again, I think that's exaggeration because I never lied like that before.
Well, I mean, I guess that might be generational because if you go back, like keep going back. There was no way for you to tell. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like if weren't getting in trouble for it back then, and it wasn't something to actually like think was wrong, like there had to like end up being punishments or something. And once there was like punishments for it, then it became a bad thing. Oh
Then
well.
again, there's some. Hmm? What's up?
Ebony says, I made my own mafia deck. My family can't be quiet, so they're just collecting dust. Damn, we need to make our own mafia deck. We do. I mean, we don't have our own deck, but we are got our own
Like
story
some people,
guy.
you knew what.
No, that's like H2 is our story guy, so we got our own story guy. But go ahead.
But there's some people here who lie and they will believe that they won't even believe their own lie, but
Yep.
everybody else believes their lie.
Yep.
But they're holding on to it to the deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
Like apparently there was a lady, not Emmett Till's woman, but there's another lady who said a black boy touched her when she was young, and he got killed. And then on her deathbed, she said what she did, and she asked the person would they forgive her, and the woman said, it's not for me to forgive you, it's up to God." And that's true because literally nobody can forgive you. No, up to God, up to the boy you killed.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
up to him to forgive you.
Yep.
Because apparently the woman was seeing him in her room
Oh,
during at night. Like,
that'd fuck me up. That would
So I
fuck
was like,
me up.
some people don't. Some people lie to a point where they won't believe the lie, but they will not tell the truth if it long as it makes them look innocent.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you on it. It's just,
That can cost a life.
it's more. It's like it's more damaging to just try and get away with it. Just fucking suck it up, Buttercup. Ebony says I keep secrets, but I don't lie. Ooh, that's hard because not all people will interpret that the same, or not all people will agree. It's like
That's a lie, though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some secrets, if you keep a secret, like some people think that you keeping a secret and not answering them to like fully is a lie, you know. So it all depends on how people look at it. What she says, but I just don't do anything worth lying about. That's not bad. That's not bad though. Think about
Perception.
it. If you don't put yourself in situations where lying needs to be a problem, that's probably the best bet. You know what I mean? You just avoid it entirely. That should be the way it always goes. Wait, what did you just say?
No, I was checking my phone has a reaction. Oh, no, never mind.
All right, let's go over one more thing before we end this sucker out. I want to know what exactly going forward for because we asked the why is dating difficult thing. Going forward, what is one thing? And let's start off initially, right? First dating, then not like first date, but like say you guys are dating, like in the first phase. What do you need from that person? Knowing everything prior to, do you need open communication, or what do you need the most? I mean, what do you need? Do you need open communication? Do you need validation? Do you need more physical type of love and like hugs and stuff like that? More what? Like what is one thing that your requirement is, or that it should be because you should have a requirement.
Communication and understanding. That's my requirement, my own requirement. If you don't understand my shit, then, yeah, I'm weird to you then. But communication. Simple communication. If you don't understand, if we can't talk about something, or if you just like, if we do more talking than I do, nah. It's to be equal amount of
Yeah.
communication as well as equal amount of understanding.
I agree with the communication part. I don't. The thing about the understanding is that I think that's going to come over time, and it's going to come through conversating with that person, telling them stories about your past, learning about them. Like that's going to come after time, and like people are going to feel like they can trust you enough to be like, okay, I get that for you. Communication for sure, but I think other than communication for me, we said we both said it, so it needs to be a staple. I want everyone to know that communication is key. We push that shit hardcore. Um,
Mhm.
but other than communication, I need the feeling of a teammate, the feeling of a best friend. You know what I mean? Because it's like I don't know if I'm old school to think like that, but I am 100% into understanding that I think your significant other, your wife, your person, your soulmate, that's supposed to be your best friend. Really, you should be able to have those kind of, not your only
Sure.
friend. Don't get me wrong. You can have best friends, or whatever. I think, or other best friends, but I think that one's like you should be able to be best friends with that one because that person ultimately is going to be the one you really trust the most. Like how many times it comes to something's happening in the world or something's happening in this big fuss, and no one no one can get a hold of you, no one's talking to you, whatever. But you and your significant other, you're together. You know what I mean? You both
Hmm.
probably know the whole shebang. You know what I mean? So it's like it in those kind of scenarios, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I feel more comfortable having a teammate, a best friend, more of like, hey, if I'm going up to bat, I know someone's cheering behind me, and if they're going up to bat, I'm fucking loud as I can be. You know what I mean? Like I think that's a necessity kind of thing for me because like I know that it could build to that, but I think for me that's my understanding thing, and we need to be able to understand or agree that um, this is a team effort. I always like to look at a relationship as a team because it has to be it's a working machine. You know what I mean? It has to both people have to do things for it to work.
Hmm.
Jesus says,
That's how.
I need social security number and banking login info. Dude, let me tell you what, in the old
I'm
COJ, that was the
weird.
running meme for anyone new that came in. We're like, all right, we need social security. And I've seen too many times where like the new people were like, for real? Oh, bro, you about to dip your fucking your social security number to somebody?
Bruh.
Do they got so? I
Nah.
mean, it's ignorant of me, I think, to ask, but they got social security numbers in UK, right? Every country's got some kind of thing.
Um, we have national insurance number. That's only
Okay,
because
so
as
well, I was gonna say there's got to be like something like that in like every country's version of that. You know what I mean?
mm,
Because
but I
otherwise,
think obviously,
how would you keep tally of how many people in your country?
yeah, that's a good point. Some people just illegal.
The hell of people illegal. Okay, actually, you know what? We'll save that for another time. That's the story. But to break this up, what for? Because you're not from America. What do you think about illegal immigration? Is it something
I
that
don't.
is more is is do you think it's a bad thing or do you think or I don't know. Do you think it should be harder pushed or loosened up on?
I think it's beneficial immigration. That's what it is.
No, illegal
Because technically,
immigration.
illegal
Yeah.
immigration. I say, if it's illegal, then you have to leave. I can't say do it properly because it's hard. It's hard. It's very hard to become a legal immigrant because legal is a long process, and then sometimes it takes so long that basically just you can basically be fucked up from it.
Did,
But
didn't it
I
take
say,
David So like nearly his whole fucking life to like get
yeah, he
just
didn't
to
know.
well like I mean
Yeah.
like holy shit like that's a real thing and that's not even like illegal immigration, you know what I mean? Like that's like no, I was just a citizen of another country and they made me wait this long to be a citizen. And it was like, whoa, holy shit, man.
So I say, here's what I say. come in. I say come in illegally if you have to, if I have another choice, but apply to be legal almost not immediately, but as soon as you can,
I'll agree.
because that's the only way they cannot say shit. They can't say you're here illegally. Say I'm trying to be here legally. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, and
It literally just try to live this life, man.
the way I look at it, there's so many other places in the world that are not as beneficial as the United States. I think specifically for the United States, yeah, if you need to run away to somewhere, come here because or like you if if you can get I think I mean I'm completely ignorant to this because I'm not a I haven't I came from Hawaii, which was unfortunately a state, but this is the place to be to start over. I think. I think the most avenues of accessibility, learning English, a worldwide language, you know what I mean? I think there's so much available to you if you can pull it off to, do the whole process and get through to it. Because until you get through that process, you're always going to be worried that you're gonna be deported. You know what I mean? I know people like that, and then like that's a fucking real fear. They live day to day to that. You know what I mean? Turning corners, like looking over for that kind of shit. It's like it's not a way to live, man. And if that's going to be what it takes to for you to be in whatever better situation here than where you were, because I'm just guessing that it's worse because you know what I mean, like America isn't we're not hiding what how we live and stuff like that. You can find out how Americans are off the internet. You know what I mean? So it's like I think you're going in. Anyone immigrating like illegally or to America, they know what they're going to. They're not going to a third world country with a war going on or like craziness happen or whatever. They're basically going to a country they can almost, you know what I mean, just kind of go and hide if they need to or start a better life or do any of that stuff. And I think this is the place to do it. However, I am also in the understanding I come from an island in the middle of nowhere. At a certain point, population does matter, and land can be degraded to a point where it can't be brought back and all this and that. So it's like there are minimums and maximums or extremes that people can go to. But for me, being a brown person, I would say let people in and give them a shot at a better life. Because I do believe this is the place to start over if you want. And who's to say you start a better life here and then you go back? I'm sure people do that. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think people come here people that come here that are forced to come here. I don't think they're like staying because they're like, oh, this is the place to be. If they do, then they do because I think it's the place to be. But I think people that leave, they're always like, oh, I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. Kind of thing. It's like, I understand it's not a really a safe place to go to, but that's always going to be the mindset. I want to go home. That's your.
I'm happy to never be in that situation.
Iris says no, go to Canada, free healthcare. I don't know, man. I heard from my sources, they're about to vote on that or something like that. It's in the talks that it's going to go away, and I think if free healthcare goes away, I think America is going to take over Canada in a month.
Haha.
In a month, less than a month, less than a month, less than a month.
We'll say fuck Canada, I love Canada. So.
I'm getting all the Canadians in the chat right now, swirly before we get off. But yeah, man.
Canadian. A.
No, but
I love Cara.
All right, y'all. We're going to end this one off. Thank you for joining us. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Dwayne, say goodbye.
Bye-bye, people.
Later, y'all.
The wind is blowing through her hair. We like to head out on the road. And we don't really care. Cause we're just doing what we want. She likes it when I treat her good. She likes it when I treat her bad. She likes to travel all around. I take her everywhere and back. Yeah, oh, you fucking with the man, girl. You throw it right back, no, I like that. I'ma bite back, I've become a fan, girl. The way you throw back like a Kodak, girl, you own that. Cruise around without a plan, girl. We'll never go back, girl, you know that. You were so bad, let's just spend a couple grand, girl. You're fucking with the man, girl. Yeah. Oh, you could have been a good girl, but instead you chose a real world. Yeah, you've always been a savage. Oh, you've always been a bad chick.